My grandfather was a man named Boris Tomaszewski. He was the founder of Yiddish art theater in the United States. And he was a big, very romantic singer and leading man, and his wife was also a big personality. They were like the kind of Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor of the whole Jewish population of America around 1910. He had a very interesting situation, which was that his audience, which primarily consisted of people coming from the old country, Yiddish speakers. So who were those people? Well, they were in part people who came from St. Petersburg, from Vienna, from Prague, from various places in Germany, people who had kind of seen and heard everything, the most elite theater and music, and were very socially and politically aware and very well read and had a tremendous critical discernment. And then on the other hand, there was the majority of his audience, who were people who came from little villages all over the place in Eastern Europe, and people who had grown up in a kind of agrarian society or in some kind of manufacturing or whatever it may have been, certainly not the elite world of the arts, and certainly not the United States. They were in their lives working in sweatshops and trying to get their children an education. And after a 6-day week at very, very long hours, occasionally maybe they could afford to go to the theater. So my grandfather was very aware of wanting to do something in the theater that would be meaningful to those people. He said this, he said, you have to really love your audience, who they are now, but then at the same time you have to have ambitions for who you believe they can one day become. That's why he introduced so many new ideas to them, using the theater as a means of transmission. And I've tried to do the same thing in my own life, in the way I've programmed and the new technologies I've invented in creating various music academies in different parts of the world, which were all based a little bit on the idea of, I guess, coloring outside the lines, encouraging people to do that, and to have really an adventurous conception of everything that music can be and how it can be shared with other people.